After finishing drinking half a glass of milk, the boy looked at his mother and said, "I am an optimist. I got half a glass of milk." Looking at the glass as half empty is a sign of pessimism, the mother said. Not if you don't like what's in it. Do we really know what our children think about? Or do we parents tend to give unsolicited advice? Hi, and welcome. Thanks to the team at the Winning Summit for the opportunity to talk to you today. I'm excited to have your attention for the next 15 or so minutes, talking about perspective. Just like the opening story, adults' perspective on youth sport is similar. We don't think like young people, and we don't see things from the same perspective as they do. They are not mini adults. Adults' perspective is sometimes not in line with children's psychological and emotional needs in sport. 60% dropout is a strong indicator of that, don't you think? Looking back can be a great guide for our future action, but the argument that it has always been done this way may not be the best. We could be observant to research. Research has and will continue to shape our future. Before we go into some really helpful tips for you to consider and to think about, let's look at some of the research which changed the way we think because of what we learned from it. Just look how research completely changed how we thought about asbestos. No one could see that it caused an extreme health risk until years after. The fireproofing properties of asbestos made it essential for many industries, as automobile, construction, manufacturing, even the toys. The primary intention of asbestos was to protect workers. It was due to the research we don't use it today. Tobacco is another one, but let's not go there. So what about research in psychology and motivation to help us navigate youth sport? Watch this. Self-determination theory. This is the most powerful work in psychology related to humans and athletes' motivation. If you learn more about this, you and your child, regardless of age, will benefit immensely. It was two professors of psychology, Mr. Ryan and Ms. Desi from University of Rochester. They came up with the self-determination theory in the mid-80s. Since then, thousands of papers have been written about it, relating to all sorts of work: school, work, sport, and many other fields. Self-determination theory had three key pillars: autonomy, relatedness, and competence. It's about motivation and basic human needs. Let's use your day-to-day life as an example. Just think about your own environment at work. If your boss is controlling everything you do, how fulfilled are you at your work? If you don't relate to anyone or don't have the competence in doing your job, how would you feel? Motivated? Let's look at three pillars and compare youth and adults. Do we adults see motivation in sport from the same perspective? We did a pilot project here in local community here in Adelaide. We captured narratives from a sport club. We spoke to and observed all age groups of young people, adolescents, parents, coaches. These stories were collected and positioned in these triangles. Can you see the disconnect? No wonder why 60% leave organized sport before they even finish high school.